When it comes to applying for a permanent visa for your parents, you do have the options of the contributory parent visa, subclass 143, or the aged parent visa, subclass 864 or 804. However, a lot of people forget about the aged dependent relative visa. So this is the subclass 838. You must be of pension age to be eligible for this visa. So at the moment, it's over 67 and a half. You must be dependent on your sponsor in Australia. So if you do have a child in Australia and you are dependent on them, you could qualify for this visa, but you cannot have a partner. So we had a situation where a client was an Australian citizen. However, there was 4 siblings and only one was an Australian citizen. The Australian child had been supporting their mum for many, many years. So the mum had been dependent on them financially. They thought they didn't have any option because they didn't qualify for the balance of family test for the parent visa, but the mum was over 67 and a half years old, so she did qualify for the age dependent relative visa. A lot of this time, this visa actually does get overlooked.
Your master's degree does not have to be relevant to your bachelor degree, but if it's not, it could be a high-risk visa application. When the case officer is assessing this, one of the things that they'll assess is the genuine temporary entrant criteria, and this is one of the things that they look at. So if you're going to apply for this visa, you need to make sure that you have a certificate of enrollment and offer letter from a school. And at this stage, a lot of people do get counseling from an education agent to ensure that they're applying for the right course. So one, it has to be within your best interest. So it has to be something that you want to study. Don't apply for a student visa to study something you're not interested in because it'll be very hard to finish the course. And it has to be in line with your history of studies. With this visa, you can bring your dependents. So you can bring members of your family unit. A lot of people do bring them or they choose not to because it does get very expensive if you're bringing your spouse and children. Children here would need to pay international school fees. So that's definitely something to consider. Here are the documents that people need to spend a bit more time on to apply for this visa and to increase their chances of this visa being granted because it does have a high refusal rate. There's lots of things that the case officer looks for that would be red flags to them. So first and foremost, you need to demonstrate that you are a genuine temporary entrant and you're coming to Australia to study and your intention is to be a good student, complete your studies and go back home.